Okay. So when we talk about these two terms, strategies and plan, they are always go hand in hand. And as I was saying, that planning is the mother of strategy because, planning has been taken as a first function of management. So whenever we talk about something is to be managed, the plan comes first. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Because if there is no plan, there is no management. Because plan is basically keeping everybody aligned, everybody focused, everybody knows what to achieve. So that's why whenever we talk about management function, the first function of management is planning. So any manager who is a manager knows the importance of this particular term planning. Okay. And before I go further, if I say word plan, what comes to your mind? Anything?
Plan, the instant thing, objective, something, something a
Setting
plan like,
objectives, setting goals. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Creating a timeline. All what you are saying is really meaningful. There is nothing wrong about it. Shruti, anything you want to say? What?
So first we take do the verbal planning, then we jot down the plan, and then we execute it.
Brilliant. So both of you are again very much based on your experiences of corporate and life. What you said is absolutely meaningful, absolutely right. There is nothing wrong about it. But let me give you more simplified understanding of this word plan. Okay. Uh, Day in and day out, we are making plans. Plans for the weekend, plans for the wedding, plans for holidays. So planning is an integral part of our life. And without that, nothing works. Okay. So when we say the word plan in a simple term, something which you want to do, okay, and maybe you have not done it before or you have not very high clarity about it, okay. So when somebody is assigning you a task, what you normally say to that person, let me think about it, let me give a thought to it, right? You say this.
Right, sir.
That's the first reaction. When somebody assign you a task, your manager or your boss, you always say, let me think about it, let me give a thought to it, okay. Now,
Right.
when we say in the management understanding, the word planning is deciding in advance. Okay. Planning is thinking in advance. Before you come into action, what we do? We plan, right? Shruti, I think Vineet has disconnected. He's back now. Okay. So when we say planning, the first thing first that comes to our mind is thinking in advance or deciding in advance, right? Agree or disagree?
Agree, sir.
Agreed,
Agree.
sir.
Okay. So for every good plan, there are certain questions we need to answer, and these questions are started with W's. And there is a tool which is referred as 5W and 1H. Okay. To make a great plan that is going to really work for you, or a plan that is going to stand in the background of the marketplace, you need to answer these W's. They are all question marks. Can you tell me what I am talking about right now? 5W and 1H. It's a basic tool.
What, when, where, how?
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay. But Shruti, you have given these W's, but just want to make it little more clear to you that there is an order. We need to ask these questions in an order. The first question is what we want to do. Second question is why we want to do. Third question is by when we want to do. Fourth question is where we want to do it. Fifth question is who is going to do it. Okay. Now, if you really get clear, specific, valid answers to all these W's, I'm sure you are very much having a clarity in your plans. If not, your plan is not going to work. Okay. The last thing in this tool is called H. That is how it's going to happen. You know, this H is different. This H is talking about the strategy. There can be multiple ways to do a particular thing. Okay. You need to choose the one which is the best. You need to choose the one which is going to give you the highest ROI, return on investment. Am I making sense? And that is what is your strategy. Agree?
Agree, sir.
है ना? वो बोलते हैं ना
Yeah.
घी नहीं निकलता तो उंगली टेढ़ी कर लेनी चाहिए. In Hindi, if Vineet probably is not from north, but in north we normally say अगर आपका घी सीधी उंगली से नहीं निकलता है तो आपको उंगली टेढ़ी करनी चाहिए. Shruti, you know this common phrase?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this bent finger is what your strategy. और आपने कई बार जेलीज, घी, बटर इसी तरीके से खाया होगा जब स्पून नहीं मिलता है तो, राइट? व्हेन यू आर स्मॉल किड, है ना? बटर का डब्बा खोला या चीज का डब्बा खोला, हाउ यू टेक इट आउट? तो ऐसा उंगली में डालेंगे तो वो क्वांटिटी उतना नहीं आएगा ना. यू वॉन्ट रियली गेट इनफ क्वांटिटी. बटर, घी, जेली खाया है ना बचपन में, इन योर चाइल्डहुड?
हाँ सर.
How you
Yeah.
used to take it out? By scooping with the finger.
Scooping out. Right.
Well, scooping is a strategy. Bent finger. Okay.
Right.
But you know that open the pot and put your hand or finger there. But nobody taught you that ऐसे नहीं निकलेगा. Then you need to bend the finger to scoop out the desired quantity. So strategy is what we really want to try, where we can get best of the best output or best of the best results. Okay. So this tool of 5W and 1H is the universal tool. Every planner used to use this tool. Every plan of your life is actually use this tool. And if you get valid answers, specific answers, then definitely you are making great plans. Plans which are going to give you good results, plans which are going to give you good output. Okay. So it is including your strategy and planning together. Okay. Let me give you some formal definition of this word plan. What the book says. Planning is predetermined course of action. Planning is thinking in advance, planning is deciding in advance, or planning is predetermined course of action. Is there any difference between the terms? Any difference in understanding in all the three? Planning is deciding in advance, or planning is predetermined course of action.
Planning is deciding in advance.
They are both same, Vineet. Predetermined course of action is like before you come into action, you determine. Deciding in advance is also like before you come into action, you decide. Thinking in advance is also having the same meaning. Okay. These are all the definition of the word plan. Okay. So tomorrow, if you are writing in your exam, planning is thinking in advance or planning is deciding in advance, I'll give you full marks. But if you want to impress somebody, you will say planning is predetermined course of action. That is from the books of management. Okay. So if you are planning to impress somebody, then you will use the last one. But if you are trying to express, the other two definitions are not wrong. Right? Shruti, are you convinced?
Yes, sir.
Planning is deciding in advance, thinking in advance, right? Okay. So let's move on to the strategic management definition. Okay. The art and science of formulating, implementing, evaluating cross-functional decisions that enable organization to achieve its objective. That's what we are talking since morning, right? Shruti, you said the same thing. Vineet, you said the same thing, that you make plans first and then you uh, put ways to achieve that. That is all what is. But here we have written some big words like cross-functional decisions. What do you mean by cross-functional decisions? Because organization is a complex unit, right? One decision has impact on several departments. Today, if your production department says we want to increase our production requirement, we need more manpower, right? But when you increase the manpower in your department, then definitely your production performance and production capacity will go up. But does this best option, or do we have any other option in mind? See, increasing manpower is increasing the overheads, right? You are increasing a payroll of your company. You are bringing more people on board, and that will increase your fixed cost. Every month you need to pay the salary. But is your demand is all the time high, or it is seasonal? So you need to see, can we work with the overtime with the workers? Can we ask them to work for extra hours for which we'll pay them for short time? Vineet and Shruti.
So if it is not consistently, we don't need that kind of over production. We'll
Yeah.
surely ask our existing employees
To work
do
for
an
overtime, right? That will not
Yeah,
increase
otherwise our
your fixed
overhead.
cost. Correct.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to tell you cross-functional implication, right? So production wanted more people to increase the capacity, okay? But it has impact on finance, it has impact on HR. HR has to immediately procure the people for you. So HR need to really advertise, interview, conduct interviews, then induction, orientation, and then finally onboarding the people. So it's a lengthy process, right? Finding the right type of people which you are demanding for. So that is how it is a challenging thing. And secondly, the approval will come from top management, and finance will also raise the question that how we can provide the salary. Do we have the budget to hire more people? So all that is cross-functional thinking. Am I making sense? So the
Right,
word
sir.
Yes.
cross-functional is, it's just like a human body. Suppose if somebody is having a diabetes, or the heart problem, or the liver problem, you can't really easily prescribe a drug. You need to see the drug which we are giving to that patient is not to affect his other ailments. There are many cholesterol drugs, are not many, all of them. Okay, the cholesterol is bad for your heart, all of you know, right?
Right.
This is a known fact that it get deposited in your arteries, and it is basically causing the blockages. And then when the blockages are high, the blood supply will stop and you can have a cardiac arrest, right? This is known. Now, how we can reduce the cholesterol? There are lifestyle changes, and the other is cholesterol drugs, right? Now, all the cholesterol drugs are basically affecting your liver metabolism. Okay, they are actually trying to send message liver to not to really absorb any kind of fats, lipids. Fat is important part of your muscle also, your body. You need fat also, you need carbohydrate, you need protein also. But excess fat will deposit. So we are regulating the liver function not to accept the fat. Okay. So those who are long term on the cholesterol drugs, there is a liver function test to be conducted because it leads to the liver failure. Okay. Understood. So you probably will save the person from heart attack, but you will kill him by liver failure. Understood.
Right, sir.
So the company is just like that. You might increase the production capacity, but at the same time, you will be creating a financial crunch. Okay. लोगों का सैलरी देने का पैसा नहीं है, लोग हायर कर लिए, सैलरी नहीं दे सकते, क्या करोगे प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा के भाई? बिक नहीं रहा है, मनी आ नहीं रहा है. So every decision in the company is a serious thought. Can we really have alternate? Can we go by the another option? So that is what is called cross-functional decision making. Strategy always involve mega decisions or big decisions, and that requires extraordinary thinking. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, synonymously, interchangeably used, that I always said. Okay. Now, how would you define planning? हमने थोड़ा बात कर लिया है already. So I'll just tell you some of these definitions which we already talked about. Okay. So what you see here, planning is deciding in advance. Planning is thinking in advance. Planning is predetermined course of action. So this is the tool for planning, as I've already given you 5W and 1H. So what is to be done, why it is to be done, when it is to be done, where it is to be done, and who is to do it. Now, all these W's are basically integral part of your planning process, and any plan which you say is a perfect plan, robust plan, good plan, need to get the valid answer for these W's. Okay. If not, I'm living in an area where, next to my house is a Ganpati. So they started some, in Mumbai also you must be having, right?
Yeah, sir, a lot, a lot.
Okay. But morning hour, do they allow the loudspeakers and on in Mumbai?
Yeah, yeah, it is there. Like it is a, it has started already, I believe. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I closed the window, but still the audio is pretty loud. Yeah.
right.
Okay. So the last thing, that is what we call how part. So that is basically tackling the most complicated question. That is what we call strategy. Okay. So what, why, when, where, who, and how. Any Beneath, your camera is on. Is it your daughter? Okay.
Sir, he's my nephew. He's just
Okay.
coming.
Okay. I saw some hands like a small boy or a
Yeah,
girl.
yeah. He's giving me my earphone, saying that put both the earphones.
Okay. 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 And here also my kids are sitting next to this room. I said not to play. There a computer is fitted here only. So what to do? Okay. There is one popular saying about this word plan. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Do you agree with the statement?
If we fail to plan, then we plan to fail. Yeah.
It means approaching anything without planning. If you do something without plan, then what is the chance of succeeding? It's rare, right? If it is luck, then yes,
Right.
you might succeed. But if you are not going to approach a thing without a plan, then definitely you will be heading towards a failure. Okay, so planning is definitely essential. And anything which you do without planning, then you are inviting a trouble. You are inviting, problems. Okay. Shruti,
Yes, sir.
what do you say about this statement? The last one. Remember, if you
Yes, sir. If
fail
we
to
don't
plan,
plan, then chances of failures are very high because we don't see the upcoming threats and everything.
correct. That means you have left everything on God, right? You did nothing. It's just you left everything on luck and God. If the God is with you, probably things may go well, but you have not really tried enough to plan. Okay. आप छाता लेके नहीं गए, बारिश नहीं आई, ये आपकी किस्मत थी, राइट? बादल थे ठीक है ना? बट आप
Right, sir.
छाता लेके गए और बारिश आया, तो डेफिनेटली you did a planning properly and you saved yourself, right? Because of the umbrella. Making sense ना? प्लान से गए थे ना आप कि भाई बादल दिख रहे हैं तो आई हैव टू कैरी अम्ब्रेला और रेनकोट, एंड व्हेन यू कम होम ड्राई, okay, you left that place on time because you are having umbrella. But if you are not having any of these things, then probably you will come wet. So plan was not there. You did not really bothered about seeing the weather, and you just gone without any preparation. So eventually ऊपर वाला साथ नहीं था तो बारिश आ गई और आप हो गए गीले, right? You turn wet because of not planning. Whatever. They are laughing on my examples. Huh? Then when we say plan, it's the first step towards addressing any task. Whenever we are having a task, it's a first function of management. There is one famous management guru called Luther Gluig, who gave a concept in the books of management referred as post-corp, POSDCORB. Have you studied post-corp before in your PGDM by any chance? Or you can recall, or if you're not, I'm here to answer. Okay, I'm here to give you.
No, sir, we have not studied.
Okay, see, it's a wonderful acronym. Okay, which is easy way to remember or recall all the management functions. Okay, I'll give you slowly so that you can remember, or if you want to note down, you can note down also. Okay, P stands for planning, O stands for organizing, S stands for staffing, C stands for controlling, CO together stands for coordinating, controlling and coordinating, R stands for reporting, and B stands for budgeting. Okay. Making sense? POSDCORB. Planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. These are the management function. Without these functions, no management. Okay. And as I said, the first function of the management is planning. Okay. Whether you are working in marketing, production, finance, HR, it goes in all the domains. HR people call it human resource planning, marketing people call it marketing plan, production people call it production plan, finance people call it financial planning. But you can see the word plan is common. It is there for all these functions, all the domains. Okay? Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
So planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting, these are the management functions, and all the managers need to understand these functions well, because whenever they manage their own area, these functions will remain there. Just the nature of the function is changing. If you are a finance manager, you will do the financial planning. If you are HR manager, you will be doing HR planning. If you are a marketing manager, you will be doing a marketing plan. But at the end of the day, you will be doing a planning. Okay. So strategy is a bigger than plan. Strategy tackles the most important question, that is how we have seen in 5W and 1H. Okay. Just see the red color highlighted areas, which is very important. Okay. Here it says end result, what matters. Here it says there are many paths to the desired outcome. So strategy look at the every possible influencing factor, seen and unforeseen. Okay. In the plans, we don't really see the unforeseen. जब हम बोर्ड रूम में प्लान बनाते हैं ना, हमको पूरी ग्राउंड रियलिटी पता नहीं होती. We don't know how the things are going to work in the real world when we will take them to the execution. Okay. So when we are going in executing the strategies at that time, we see the ground realities. We really see how the things are actually working. Okay. So this is how the plan and the strategies are linked and how they are different also from each other. Am I making sense to you? Shall we go further, guys? Or is
Okay.
it enough for the day? I'm checking because you are only two today. Tell me,
Good.
shall we go further or stop here? It's the first day today, so I can give you some discount. And maybe I'll get some more people in the next session. I don't
Anything
want
good,
to
good.
really go very fast because I hope some more will join after seeing my first session. Hope they found it valuable. Okay. Please communicate others also that sir is eagerly waiting for you to see.
Right, right.
Okay.
Surely, sir. Yeah.
Rather than if there is any invitation card to be sent, please tell me. I'll make one invitation card and send them. Okay. Okay. Shruti was saying ki, sir, they are more dependent on the recordings. Okay. So
We'll
what
surely communicate it to them.
yeah, please,
about
definitely I'll share the recording. That's not a problem. But at the same time, I'm expecting how they can directly get into the recording from the same link, or do I need to post it? Because I
I think
forgot
we need
to.
to post it. I think we need to post it.
Okay, it is recording in my system, so I'll see how I can really create a link for it. I'll do that. Okay. So some exercise for me also. I need to understand how to send the Zoom recordings now. Okay. Because for PhD also, I've just started earlier. My PhD class also was not asking for the recording. So today my PhD class also, they are saying so some of them are not there and they want recordings. So I'll send the recording. And the same happening with the executive student also. All the mature students. Huh? PhD is the highest and the second highest is executive MBA. Okay. Better to teach general MBA. Okay. No recordings required. Okay. Just joking, guys. So we have 10 more minutes. If you have any question, you can ask. If not, then I'll end the session here itself. Today is the first day, so I don't want to really go too fast. Hope you liked something, you learned something. Was it interesting?
Yeah, so it was good, and it actually refreshed a lot of PGDM part for me. We had when you asked about the stages like planning, reporting, and organizing. That was there. I was not able to recollect it, but yeah,
Correct, correct,
I
correct.
have. I
We have
had
that when we were in a fourth semester, but the thing
right.
was we didn't know the acronym which you asked for.
Okay.
Yeah,
We studied with all units.
Okay. Yeah, there will be a detail because when you talk about fundamentals of management, all these functions were having one chapter full on each, right? That is definitely be there. So what you are saying, Shruti and Vineet, both of you are right. My aim was just to brush your knowledge, what you have learned there, because it's long time you people are. Secondly, now after getting into the corporate, now you can relate it to the corporate world. That how these functions are actually applied in the real world, how the strategies are made in the corporate world. Okay, so my job becomes easier now. You are working in corporate, so theory and practice is you can relate to. Okay, you gave me today wonderful answer on strategy and planning. But when probably you might be doing your PGDM, that time you won't have these answers ready. But now, today you are in the corporate world. Every day you are making strategic thinking and plans, right?
Right.
You have strategic meetings in your company.
Yeah.
Okay. So point is, now my life become easier by having a mature student, those who are already working in corporate. So you can link it very well with your real world in class. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. In case if you have a question, I am open for taking up your questions. If not, I'll be ending the session here itself. We have 7 more minutes. And good luck for your rest of the session and the rest of the day. I'm pulling you out from your weekend. That's a sad thing, but again, since you took up this decision to join executive MBA program, it's your choice. So I can't really have anything to say on that. Okay. The classes are only been conducted on Saturdays and Sundays. And try to tell everybody to be in the class. Okay.
Sure.
Good luck. Any question, Vineet and Shruti? If no question, then I'm ending.
No, sir.
No, no question.
No, sir.
That's
No,
you are
sir.
making my life easy. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.